the video about how to make an aquarium look naturalistic and I had my little gecko with me. I realized I should probably say how to care for a gecko, or crested gecko specifically. Now, the best, first of all, you need to look at habitat. Humidity should not stay at 50, however, if you read my little humidity gauge, it is currently at 50. A little below. Yeah, it should stay a little, 40-ish, with spiking up to 72 times per day. The reason this is still 50 is because this was built yesterday and the soil is still wet. The soil is still really wet and it needs to evaporate a little bit. Yeah. Humidity should be about 40. Yeah, otherwise if it stays at 50, there's a chance that your gecko will develop tail rot. And no, that's not a good thing. I've never seen a case of it myself, but I don't want to find out what it is. Now, for the habitat, it should be kind of a subtropical forest type of thing. And yeah, that's basically it. And temperature should stay at above 70. You probably know the threshold for too high of a temperature, because that's basically the basic for most reptiles, is how high their temperature is. Try not to get it above 90 or 85. Try not to get it above 85. Try to keep it above 70, however. So 75 is good mid temperature that you can put it at. Now, feeding. You should feed your crested gecko either dusted crickets, which are a little hard to get since they eat each other. But yeah, most of the time, just do crickets as a treat. I much rather prefer to get a little dish and put some Repashy meal replacement powder. One part, one part the actual the powder, then 1 part water. You want it to be about equal. Now, housing. Your gecko should have a juvenile or hatchling gecko can stay in a 15 like I had him. You can sort of see that off to the side. Yeah, I still need to move that out. It'll probably be gone by the next video. Now however, an adult should have at least a 20. This is a 40 right here, but yeah, it's fine. But I'm pretty sure that's fine too. And they are solitary creatures. Now, you're probably saying something like, "But Marco, in the last episode on this terrarium, you said you're gonna add a salamander. If he's solitary, then why are you adding salamanders? Because a salamander? I used to keep salamander as my first herpetile. The official term, by the way. Remember that. Yes, the official term. Remember it. Herpetiles, reptiles, amphibians. But yeah, I had a little redback salamander as my first herpetile. I caught it outside just in November. I was very surprised to see it there. We were moving in a little toy bin that we had outside, and he just happened to be under it. So of course I captured him to prevent, well, not captured, I adopted him to keep him from freezing to death outside. Now, I hardly ever saw him, like, above ground. I usually saw him hiding under some moss. And at that time, I had no idea what I was doing, so I just kept him like a tiny 3-gallon with some gravel on the bottom and some moss, dried moss. And yeah, I didn't know what I was doing at all at that time. Now I definitely know what I'm doing with this. At that time, I just wanted to keep salamander. And I really did not care about restraints and stuff. It's okay, I have this, I can keep salamander. Hey, I have this, I can save the salamander by putting it here. Yeah, I was young, and I was stupid at the time. In fact, I'm still kind of stupid, but not when it comes to animals. Okay? Anyway, I hardly ever saw him, other than hiding under the moss, like from the glass. Because I put most of the moss up against the glass so that I'd be able to watch him during the day. Ultimately, after about 3 months of having him, he disappeared entirely. And I could never even find a corpse, even after tearing the entire thing apart, searching for it. And I redid it in the correct way. And I think I could correctly keep a salamander in there now. However, I'm not going to. I'm going to keep him in this little 8-gallon, what assumedly is about 8 gallons portion down here. A salamander eventually. And, yeah. So, my point is, that's why a salamander would be able to get along with this guy like something. Like, basically, if you want to cohab this guy, you're gonna need a huge thing like I have. And then you're gonna need some, so basically, since he's arboreal, and he is nocturnal, you're gonna want a ground-dwelling diurnal. Or just something that you never see, like, ever, and is never really above the surface, always hiding under stuff, like a salamander. Or potentially... Oh, hello, Julie. I'll say hi to the camera? But anyway, back to the Crested Geckos and Gecko. You could keep a salamander and potentially a small dart frog or something like that down here. You would just need a tiny little bit of water for them to soak themselves in. But basically, just as long as they would never interact. They would never, ever interact. That's basically what I'm going to say about that. However, dart frog could be risky, considering, you know, they see each other. They'll still see each other occasionally. They won't interact, but they'll see each other, which could potentially be bad. And yeah, just don't, like, I wouldn't put a gargoyle gecko or any sort of other arboreal creature in here, considering A, your gecko might eat it. B, it might eat your, well, actually no. A gargoyle gecko would just stress them out, and when they get stressed, when crested geckos get stressed, they lose their tails. Now, losing their tail is a common crested gecko thing. However, I think they look better with a tail, because it makes them look a little more like a lizard instead of a frog. Actually, they don't really quite look like either. They look like a cross between when they don't have their tails. But yeah. Anyway, I don't, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, I believe it was housing. But yeah, if you want to keep their tail forever, you're gonna need to pamper them and stuff. So yeah, basically that's why I have this huge thing where he's pampered. What's the temperature setting here? Oh, it's at 7. Yeah, my keypad does not seem to be working. But as I was saying, now on to buying / adopting is probably a better word for it. Your Crested Gecko. Normally they will be around $50. Unless you're getting some crazy exotic morph or you're being ripped off. Then it could cost quite a fair sum more. Now when you purchase them, you're going to want to make sure that they don't have diarrhea, they don't have buildup around the eyes, there's no blockage anywhere, they have been eating normally. You're going to want to ask the staff about that stuff. Like, has the gecko been eating? Has it been pooping? Has it been urinating? Has it been doing everything it's supposed to? Has it been shedding? Is there any shedding issue with it? If none of those issues are present in the gecko, then you're good to get it. And now, to tell about the gender of the gecko. If it was a male gecko, it'll have 2 little bumps at the base of its tail. That's how I know this little guy is male. Yeah, it's the second time I've had to like pick him up for the video. I know he doesn't really like it that much, and that's why it's going to be the last time today, and hopefully for the week, for his sake. Now, oh yeah, I forgot one thing about housing. You can keep multiple crested geckos together. Now, do not keep multiple males together. However, you might be able to keep a male and a few females / just a few females. However, that still might stress the gecko out a little bit to have to deal with the other geckos, causing for tail dropping. Once again, which is just another term for them losing their tail. But yeah, that's basically it. All you need to know to care for a crested gecko. By the way, subscribe and check out my other video iCard in the top here. If I figure out how. I'm still not really professional. I do this for fun. Fun. Also, I'll probably have some fun music playing over this. So Mark of the Owl. Mark of the Owl. Peace out. Oh, that didn't go as I thought. Mark of the Owl. Peace. Mark of the Owl. Peace out. Well, I think I might have accidentally gotten the frame there. Mark of the Owl. Peace out. Oh, come on. One more try. Mark of the Owl. Peace out. There we go.